on your other hat, Majestic.
Okay, now we're changing
Now
gears.
we're changing gears. Are we still weather alert today for temperatures? What can you tell us there?
No longer. So now of course it's still going to be hot, but no, we are not weather impact alert because we're back on track to hot, humid, sunny conditions. But truthfully, the biggest story today and what you need to be ready for is storms and rain that's on the way. The possibility of even seeing a few strong to severe thunderstorms. So let's just start with a few of our live cameras. This is Monroe, not all that helpful because it's not showing the sky at this point. Let's see what's going on over in Dallas. Kind of the same, just hot and hazy heading out the door. It's a warm and muggy start to the day. I mean, yesterday was the 4th of July, or I guess Saturday was the 4th of July, and if you had any plans, if you did anything outside, of course it was hot. We were weather impact alert because of the dangerous heat, but if you found a nice way to stay cool, I mean, it was a gorgeous 4th of July. It was so sunny. It was definitely a warm one, though. This is live now in Kannapolis, so this is kind of setting the tone for what you're waking up to now on your Monday morning. We're seeing overall a good mix of sun and clouds. This is coming in from Kannapolis, and as we switch it over to our satellite and radar, now most of us, we are dry, and in fact most of us, we were lucky enough to wake up to some sunshine. Across the Carolinas, both North and South Carolina here, we don't have much going on, but we do have heat, humidity, and a boundary starting to set up. So what that means for you is the atmosphere will be juiced up. It will be capable of producing rain showers and thunderstorms today, and the Storm Prediction Center has parts of our viewing area under a risk for severe storms. Once we zoom it in just a bit, parts of our viewing area actually just around I-40 west of Hickory starting to tap into a little bit of that instability. So we're starting to see some of those rain showers mainly north of I-40. That's just light rain there. But once we zoom it in here, you can see a little cell starting to form. That is kind of how the day will play out. We'll see kind of these storms pop up, and they're likely going to bring brief heavy downpours, gusty winds. I think strong damaging winds will be the #1 concern, and then frequent lightning as well. This isn't a severe storm or anything like that, and it's important to know that not everyone is going to get the rain today. Unfortunately, this is not widespread rain, but I need to let you know that we do have the chance of rain showers and storms, and if you are lucky enough to get rain, the problem with that is if you get stuck with one of those storms, you could get slammed with that heavy downpour that kind of just feels like it came out of nowhere. So weather impacts, you can see them today within those storms. We'll be watching for those winds. So this is my warning to you right now. If you have things outside that might blow away or get damaged, I would make sure it's all secure, tucked away. Any outdoor furniture, some of those cushions might be a good idea to bring inside, or make sure they're all good to go. If you have any 4th of July decorations as well, those would be things to be thinking about. Heavy rain, so again, not everyone will see it, but starting this afternoon around 3 o'clock, it is all fair game. So if you're traveling and you get stuck in one of those storms, you could have that rain coming down, reducing down visibility, making it difficult to see if you're stuck within that storm. And then also lightning. So if you have any plans today, the lightning might be an issue. This will be ongoing well after sunset tonight, even into the early parts of tomorrow morning. But generally, the biggest time frame would be between 3 o'clock this afternoon and midnight. Some of our models are showing just after midnight too. So here's our hour-by-hour forecast. Starting out the day nice and calm, quiet, sunny, hot, humid, all the things. Temperatures today climb back into the 90s, but with that added humidity, I mean, it's going to feel very muggy. It's going to feel like we're in the upper 90s, potentially low 100s. We'll have to see with that. But you can see those rain chances, they start to spike up as we head into the afternoon. As I mentioned earlier, after 3 o'clock, I think we have a good chance of seeing some of those storms move in. Now, they'll be pretty scattered in nature, so meaning not everyone gets them, but the flow of it will bring the opportunity for a few hours at a time. I think right around 3 o'clock, then maybe those chances go down just a bit for Charlotte, and then they kind of ramp back up as we head towards the later evening hours. Storm Prediction Center, look at this, has mostly our entire viewing area under a low-end risk for severe storms. So that doesn't mean that every single storm that forms will be severe. It just means that a couple of those storms may have the ingredients to become strong, to become severe, to have wind gusts up to around 60 miles an hour. So truthfully, this is a big weather story today. I know many of you are heading into our new work week after our long extended holiday weekend, and maybe you weren't paying attention to the forecast a whole lot other than you knew it was going to be hot for the 4th of July. Now we need to start transitioning our mindset. We know it's still going to be hot. That's not the big story anymore. The big story is we'll have rain and storm chances over the next couple of days. So this will be our threat for Tuesday now. Still a bit of a threat for those severe storms, but overall I would say today looks a little bit more likely to see some of those severe storms. Remember, you can always tune in to us here at WCNC. We always have meteorologists here. We're always watching radar. If any of those storms do turn strong or severe, and if you have our app, you should be getting a notification to your phone, or you can even look at the live radar on the app, which I like to do, and you can just kind of see what's going on, where the storm's setting up, if you need to be mindful of it, if it's in your neighborhood, something specific like that. So for the storms today, if they turn severe, the biggest concern will be strong, damaging winds. That's why I mentioned if you have things outside that might blow away, now's a good time to make sure they're secure. Even if you don't get storms today, that's the plus. We don't really want the severe weather. We'll take the rain, but we don't want the storm. So even if your neighborhood doesn't get it, at least you will be ready to go. Let's get straight to the futurecast. So here's about noon. I think things will stay pretty quiet other than what I just showed you on radar, how we're starting to see a little bit of shower and storm activity, mainly northwest of Charlotte, right around the I-40 corridor. Here's 3 o'clock. So after 3 o'clock, you can start to see a bit more shower and storm activity. Remember, if you get stuck in one of those storms, you'll have those heavy downpours, the gusty winds, you'll hear the rumbles of thunder, and then frequent lightning could be associated with this as well. So here's about 6 o'clock, dinner time or so, maybe the time you're driving home after work. Temperatures are still warm. I mean, we're holding steady into the upper 80s, low 90s. That is just really providing those storms fuel to continue to take off. Now here's 9 o'clock. We're still seeing that storm activity at this point. It's right around the Charlotte area and mainly south of it. And then we'll go ahead and fast forward more. Here's about midnight tonight. So even around midnight, and I say even a couple of hours afterwards, we could still have some thunderstorms develop and some heavy bands of rain. So if you are a light sleeper, you might be woken up by some storms. If your kids don't like storms, and your dogs, that's what we're looking at today. As we're looking outside live now, this is what we are enjoying, a nice sunny start to our new week. We will see a bit more cloud coverage as we head into the later half of the day, but temperatures are still warm. 81 degrees here in the Queen City, 75 there in Concord, 73 in Morganton. It was a toasty hot 4th of July weekend, and really, I mean, it's going to be a little bit cooler, but 95 degrees is still hot. Plus, you add in the humidity, it's going to feel like we're in the upper 90s, low 100s. So continue to take those heat precautions, of course. Over the next 10 days, as you're making your plans for the new week, perhaps you're already making your weekend plans for this upcoming weekend, you can see temperatures will drop just a bit Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. I mean, when I say a bit, I'm talking about maybe 1 or 2 degrees. And then by Friday, we're at 96. Now, our average high temperature in July is about 90 to 91 degrees. So we're still above that until Sunday. Sunday, we could see those temperatures slip down into the upper 80s. That would feel nice. And then eventually spike back up. I mean, we are really in the thick of summer, so there is no real cooling down anytime soon. Low temperatures over the next 10 days, they'll stay steady into the 70s as well. And then as far as those rain chances go, so about 40% chance, scattered showers and storms. I just talked you through everything you need to know today. Will everyone get the rain? No, but if you get the rain, you might get hit with heavy downpours, and some of those storms today could turn strong to severe, and the greatest risk within those thunderstorms would be strong damaging winds. And then rain chances, we have one each and every day through our work week, but they are trending down. And then I think Saturday, we'll be having actually to watch this upcoming weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, for another round of rain. Here's our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. So 95 degrees today, feeling hot across the Carolinas. Remember, once you add in the humidity, it's going to feel like we're in the upper 90s, low 100s. We'll be watching, I would say, if you're in the high country, or really if you're even northwest of Charlotte, you're going to get rain and storms earlier. But after 3 o'clock here in Charlotte, be on the lookout for rain showers and thunderstorms. If you plan on being out on any body of water today to try to stay cool, just make sure you're keeping your eyes on the sky and you're able to get off the water if you need to. As we're heading into tomorrow, we're waking up to 74 degrees, so waking up very warm and muggy, 90s throughout the majority of our 7-day forecast. And notice we have a 20 to 30% chance of rain throughout the rest of our work week. So fingers crossed your neighborhood gets rain today. It's the best chance to get rain in our work week, we'll have more opportunity for rain as we're heading into our weekend. The only problem I would say, Megan, with the forecast today is that severe weather risk, and it's basically for the entirety of our viewing area. So we'll be watching that as we head towards the afternoon. I think typically when we have something like this, there's at least a handful of those severe storms that do form.